What's happening, guys? Hope everyone is doing well and had a good week so far. Seems like so much has gone on, is going on, even in the last couple of days since I last did my video. Of course, prior to that, I was talking about Everton heading to Manchester United, Old Trafford, for another big game under Duncan Ferguson. That, of course, finished 1-1. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty happy with that result, especially given the ridiculous list of injuries Everton have got at the moment, and I mean ridiculous. I think Duncan Ferguson did well to put out a side, change things up, chop and change where he needed to, playing players in positions that they wouldn't usually to make something work, so that we were able to go and get a result. And I think that we did just that. Frustrating, of course, to concede with little over 10 minutes to go. Mason Greenwood coming on for United and getting an equaliser, and I think the goal itself is maybe a little bit frustrating when you look at how it's conceded. But I think there will be United fans as well who, well, I know for a fact because I've had every single one that I know sending me screenshots of Calvert-Lewin and De Gea. What do you want me to do about it? But yeah, I think it's one of them that it could easily have been given. So on the whole, I think a point's fair. But Calvert-Lewin again throwing himself about, making himself a nuisance. What a player he's been over the last couple of games. And credit to Duncan Ferguson and to him, of course, for that as well. He's been like a new player, so that's been fantastic to see. Everyone battled for each other. We had to see Lucas Dean go off after what felt like only a few minutes. We saw Bainesy come on, and it was actually his corner that resulted in the goal. So that was fantastic. Always love seeing Bainesy come on. It still brings you that sense of nostalgia, and he's still the coolest kid around. But no, fingers crossed that Lucas Dean will be back sooner rather than later. But yeah, all in all, on Sunday, happy enough with that. I know people are talking about the Moise Kean substitution. It's very, very uncommon to see someone be subbed on and off, especially in such a short space of time. But it is what it is. It's not nice to see, because I think it's probably one of the most embarrassing things that could happen to you as a footballer. But we don't know the reasons behind it. He might have been told to do something and been doing the complete opposite. Who knows? But I'm sure, I hope that people have, put their arm around him, had a chat with him, explained everything and what have you, and you gotta move on. But again, it was a bold decision, and ultimately we left with a point, which is decent, and Duncan Ferguson continues to do a very good job as interim manager. We know now as well, of course, that he will be in charge for tomorrow's game against Leicester City in the League Cup quarter-final at Goodison Park, and what an atmosphere that is going to be. I can't wait. I can't wait to get inside there. Ferguson said it himself in the press conference. It needs to be like a bear pit. It will be like a bear pit. We're at our fortress. We saw how, we always know. We know how important it is when the fans are going at Goodison. We've lived it and seen it for years and years, for our whole lives. And when we're vocal and we're getting that ground shaking, it makes it bloody hard for the opposition to play there. So it needs to be like that. I'm in no doubt that it will be like that. We're feeling that unity. We're feeling buoyed from the last two results and performances. We feel like we've got our Everton back. So that added to the fact it's a quarter-final of a cup competition. It's Goodison. It's under the lights. And then you throw into that as well that we're being linked with one of the biggest names in world football in terms of managers, and that is Carlo Ancelotti. Nothing obviously has been confirmed. There was a lot last night on Sky Sports, BBC Sports, etc., breaking news saying that a deal had been agreed in principle between the club and Ancelotti. The club then did come out with a statement and said there's been no agreements made, that they've spoken to a number of candidates, etc. So hopefully, you'd love to think, wouldn't you, that one's going to come off, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to allow myself to get too carried away with it until it's done. And it might still happen, but it's so hard not to get excited when you're being linked with names like that. What a statement that would be by the club and by the board to bring in a manager, someone who's won 3 European titles, been successful at some of the biggest, best clubs in the world. Yeah. it's exciting, innit? So regardless of the fact that nothing's been confirmed, I think just the fact we're being linked with managers like that and that caliber, it sets a little fire off inside you, and you get excited and start thinking about the future and how things are going to go again. So yeah, the fact we're playing Leicester, who are a brilliant side at the moment, at home, Goodison Park, quarter-final of the League Cup, everything else that's going on around the club, and Ferguson being in charge as well. Of course, he would have been playing the last time we won a trophy. So yeah, what would be better than to see him see us into the final four of the competition? So yeah, I guess now we just wait and see what happens. We've got to, as hard as it is with all the speculation and stuff going on, it's a huge game tomorrow, and our attention has to be on that. I know the fans are going to be well up for it. I can't wait to get there and soak up that atmosphere. It just feels so good to have the feel good factor back and feel positive when talking about Everton again, and seeing names like that, seeing the players fighting for the shirt again. Simple things, passion, fight, desire, throw in a tackle, bit of heart, and what a difference that it makes has been proven. So yeah, fantastic. So on reflection, good point at United with a very depleted side. Ancelotti's being linked, which is boss. Ferguson has done an incredible job, and tomorrow we look to progress in the cup competition. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll be in the final four, and more to come after that. So can't wait to get back to Goodison. Come on, you Blues.